Hey, Phil from Got Memories here. Do you have VHS compact tapes? So the small little tapes like this that fit in the adapters, and you're putting them in a VCR. You got play, it's playing, and it's just, there's nothing on it. But, you know, you got it labeled 1997, and you're like, okay. So it's just blue screen, you hit fast forward, snow. Is it blank, or is the video head got dirty heads? It's not picking up anything. This is why I say, if you're doing this yourself at home, you got to have a lot of equipment. All right, you go down the line, because it could be that the heads have got dirty and clogged or worn out. But the counter, if it's reading, see, it's reading, and boom, there we go. Exactly, and it's 1999, not 1997. So this is classic. If you send off your tapes to all of these cheap, crappy companies, and they're saying it's blank, but you're still getting charged, by the way. This is the egregious thing. But you're like, my God, is it blank? Or they put stickers telling you stuff is deteriorated, they can't get any picture off of it. It's because their video heads are filthy, because these tapes are degrading, the oxidizing, the crap's going on, and now it's playing absolutely fine. But look, you got this. And now it's okay. So there was some gunk on the previous tape or something, and now it's fixed itself. This is the whole thing with these videotapes, and why you have to spend, if you're doing this yourself, you've got to make sure you have all the correct clean players. You've got stuff to second guess it on. It's like, is it my VCR? Well, you need minimum three players. 5 players ideally, and constantly cycling them out, because they're going to get dirty. You need to pull them out, clean them, fix them. I don't know. But as you can see here, you know, this is what happens. It's all very quirky, annoying shit. And welcome to my world. And you have to be spending time with this stuff. And even though it was rewound, look, now it's rewinding even more. These tapes sometimes don't rewind. And you go, oh, it's rewound. And then you're like, wait a minute. Where's all the the customers are like, well, where's the footage of you get your files back if you've sent it off or sending it off to another company. And you go, wait a minute, there's nothing on there. See, look, 1997. Oh, I stand corrected. It is 1999, but look at that, like, smudge where the tape has, like, pushed it down. It looked like a French 7, but it is a 9. Yeah, and I do have a cheat sheet here from the customer. So this is another thing. You know, you've got to have this all organized, you know, and all these companies aren't titling things. They're just giving you back a bunch of files with numbers and barcode numbers on them. And you've got to then figure out what tape that came from. And it's an absolute mess. If you're going to be doing this, hiring someone to do it correctly, or don't do it at all. Don't waste your money, because you might lose your stuff, mix up your stuff, and it's just, then you feel sick about it. You're like, oh my God, that guy on YouTube was not wrong. But if you got someone in your local corner of the world that you're in, and they got really good reviews, they do great conscience. See, look, now this isn't playing. Okay, see that tape, I rewound it. You know, as you do with every tape, you hit rewind. Even if it looks rewound, you still give it another go. And it was already rewound, and then something had happened to the tape, clogged it. You've got to figure out all these things. And then it's freed up, because you've got to think, these tapes, 1999 was 25 years ago. So a lot of these tapes have not been played at all since they were taken out of the camcorder. So they have not moved in 25 years. So when you put them in a player for the first time, sometimes these tapes will just eject. They won't even take them, because the top is all like bent and crinkled, and it just won't loop on. And then you've got to wind it on. There's all these little tricks with VHS-C. With all of these formats, there's all these tricks that you've got to do to make sure that you know, it's all coming through with clear picture and audio. You're not skipping anything. If there's problems, you know, this all takes time and real OCD, attention to detail. If you're hiring somebody, they've got to have their shit together. This isn't something you hand over to a corporation at all. And if you're, going into the usual like capture methods, yes, there's a million different ways to do this. You've got to come up with a happy medium if you're running a business or even doing it yourself, to make sure clear picture and audio is coming. Yes, Elgato, I use it because it is very stable, it's efficient, and it allows me to have an economic price point within reason and compete with all these crappy companies that are just churning out shit or not transferring anything at all, as I've got endless videos about, where they put stickers on tapes and telling you that your tapes have gone bad, and then they don't give you a refund because they're just putting it in like that. Typical at Legacy Box, South 3, Kodak Digitizing, any of these mainstream companies, even small ones, you've got to check Google Maps for reviews, but you put it in, and they give them seconds. They're like, just if it doesn't play immediate, pull it, because we got 1.75 million tapes to do because we did this promotion on Facebook advertising. It's just all a grift, all a waste of time and money. And then they put your tape in, the heads are clogged from the previous moldy shite job that they've just put in, where somewhere hasn't taken care of their stuff. Put it in, doesn't play, pull it. And then they get credit. The employee gets credit for a tape transfer because they're all under the gun. They're all paid not that well, and they've got quotas to meet. So if it looks like they've attempted 80 videotapes transferred for that day, they get the same credit as if 80 were done well or 80 weren't done at all. It means the same, and they can go home without getting, clubbed. I don't know. But the employees reach out to me constantly, these companies, and they're like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like this one just went, is it the tape? See, this was the issue. See, all this stuff has to be supervised. Is it the tape? That's only been going for 102 seconds and it's back. Okay, cool. Because people take the tape out or they replay. Remember you used to like rewind the tape and watch it back and go, oh, the kids want to just watch what was recorded and you don't cue the tape up correctly. Sometimes there'll be blue screen for a minute or two. And then they go, the tape's done, and then they just stop the capture. No, you've got to run the thing to the entirety of the tape and then delete the blank, which no company I've seen typically does. And it's such a straightforward process, but it just blows my mind. So just to recap here, VHS-C is an absolute pain in the ass. You've got to have the really good adapters. The non-battery ones are the best. Sometimes you might get these and then they've got the AA battery on the side and it's all corroded and it's just done, and then your tape is stuck inside there, gets stuck inside of here. Woo! It's endless. So anyway, if you would like me to carefully and lovingly, without sounding weird, digitize these things, you can go to gotmemories.com, knowing that I do a thorough job. My reviews are bang on, the best in the industry, and I do good, conscientious work. I am in Phoenix, Arizona. I am by appointment for drop-offs, but before anyone drops anything or sends me anything, I need to see pictures of the media and also some questions asked on where they've been stored, how old are they, kind of figuring out what is going to be involved in getting all of these old things to play with clear picture and audio, because that's what I'm about. This industry is not about that. It's about churn and burn. Garbage in, garbage out. Cheap pricing. You think you're going to get all of these tapes transferred for $400? Forget about it. Forget about it. Anyway, so gotmemories.com. But if you've got somebody in your local area and they've got insanely good Google reviews, tons of them, and you talk to them, call them, and they're passionate, you can tell they've got pride in their work and they're checking all the boxes and the things that I talk about, they're checking them, although you don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but you can usually tell. What if there's a problem with the tape? What do you do then? Are you monitoring them? Are you checking the files? Are you checking all of this stuff? Then if they are really good and they check all the boxes, give them your stuff. I'm busy enough as it is. Give them your stuff. If they check the boxes, if you find someone cheaper than me and they're absolutely knocking it out of the park, give them your stuff. Anyway, that's me. This is me here in my world. I've been doing this for a very long time. So make sure you check Google Maps for reviews, not google.com, not Yelp. I mean, Yelp, I hate Yelp. But Google Maps, not google.com. Make sure you see hundreds of reviews. You see a 5.0 or 4.9, 4.8. Yes, there are going to be some asshole people that have left horrible reviews, miscommunication, whatever it may be. I got a couple of those where you're like, what? But the narrative, is consistency is the key word I'm looking for. Anyway, all the best. Cheers. Bye.